Hi friends, my name is Prasanna Gadkari and I have been helping people to get into design schools such as IITs and NIDs over the past 10 years through my blog TeaCupBlog. So today we are going to cover a topic which everyone is requesting, for example in this comment. Now this topic is fairly simple in that you have to practice for sketching. Using this technique, which I call as the golden technique, you can actually prepare and master the basics of the sketching for CEED Part B. Now whereas this is also applicable for NID, this is particularly more effective when you have to sketch objects from your imagination. So in CEED or in NID, or for that matter any other examination that requires you to sketch from your memory, there is no reference object in your vicinity. For example, you are requested to draw a old man's walking stick, but there is no old man's walking stick around you, and therefore the people who sketch from seeing this object in the real or people who use internet as a reference will find it difficult to sketch it on the spot. Now this technique is particularly useful for the people who have difficulty in drawing sketching from their memory or in general have a poor sketching. I began using this technique in around 2007 and I have advocated this to a number of people who found it quite useful. This technique can typically be mastered with a person with average sketching skills in about 1 month's time, or about, I would say, 30 days multiplied by 3 sketches every day of about 100 sketches. You will be able to master it. Now let me come back to this technique. So what you have to do essentially is find the object of the internet, such as a photograph of this fork, a knife and a spoon which you see here. In this photograph, you have to observe carefully where the light is coming from, what is the typical form of the object, what are the different aspects, such as this is made up of a stainless steel, so there is a certain way the light is reflected off the surface, and also the background images, such as probably this is kept on a table. However, the details of the table are not significant in this image. Now observe this for as much time as possible. This will improve your ability to observe. The next step in this approach is, once you have observed everything and you are confident about it, just minimize this image. Minimizing this image will take it out from your reference images. Take a A4 sheet, and that sheet could be as simple as the paper on which you would print your documents. Simply draw a box around this paper, leave about a margin of 1 centimeter from all the sides. This will give you a simulation of the paper on which the CEED answer sheet is printed. So that is how typically CEED answer sheet looks like. It looks like a A4 size sheet of paper with a border around it. So that is the space in which you have to sketch. Now, without the object in front of you, set yourself a timer of 20 minutes. Now where does this 20 minutes come from? Essentially for part B, you have to sketch about 5 questions in about 2 hours time, which gives you roughly 24 minutes. But you will lose 4 minutes in either thinking about the solution or thinking how you would approach this problem and so on. So therefore 20 minutes is a good time. Now in this 20 minutes, try to sketch the object as faithfully as possible without ever looking at it. Two things might happen. One, that you will miss out some of the details. You will simply not remember, or you might remember the incorrect details. In any case, you keep sketching. Don't stop. Sketch at maximum speed, sketch as accurately as possible. Once the 20-minute timer is up, open your image and check what you have sketched against what is there in the image. Now the discrepancies which you see, for example the light and shade is off or the angle is off and so on, are something that you need to note. Evaluate your own skills. If you do this over a period of time, you will learn the ability of sketching something from your memory. So your brain will be tuned to be able to sketch anything that comes in its mind. So essentially speaking, what you have to do is you have to develop this skill, because whatever comes to your mind would be sketched on a piece of paper in the CEED or in NID or even in NIFT exam. Now, what are the typical objects that you should practice? First are the products like this one shown here. Second, you would want to sketch human figures. Now when I say human figures, I don't really mean to sketch Amitabh Bachchan or Shah Rukh Khan there, but really what you should pick is humans in motion, such as a old woman walking around the road, or children playing cricket, or it could be simply a old man selling fruits at the corner of a street. You could pick any human figure in motion. So thereby, you would learn how to sketch human figures as well. However, there is a different technique for sketching human figures which I will cover in a different video. For the time being, sketching human figures using this technique works well as well. You don't really have to follow any of the traditional techniques. And the third thing which you really need to sketch are comics. Now why the comics? As you have seen in CEED 2020 paper, the question number 1 refers to a comical character called as Gauri, who is a fisherwoman. To sketch such comics with great skill requires a different mindset. Which comic would you choose? I would recommend to choose Kelvin and Hobbes. Its link is included in the video down here. Why Kelvin and Hobbes? Essentially, the artist of the Kelvin and Hobbes has taken great pains in order to depict all the emotions for the objects and the people around it. Now, using these classic animation techniques, Kelvin and Hobbes conveys a sense of motion, speaking, communication, and depicting all the necessary details in a very limited space. Also, in Kelvin and Hobbes, there is a human figure, which is the lead character, and his imaginary friend, which is a tiger. So you will learn also to humanize the inanimate or animal or any kind of things like that. So just try to remember that use this technique, sketch at least 3 objects, people or cartoons a day. Try to do as much as possible in the limited amount of time that you have. And you will master this technique in about 1 month. Initially, you might even feel that, hey, I am not going anywhere. You might feel that, hey, this is not working out for me. But it's okay, keep up the patience. As you progress, you will see your skills improve gradually. And in no time, you will be able to sketch the objects that simply come to your mind. This is good enough for sketching at the seed level. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to write them in the comment section below. I hope you have a nice day ahead and all the best for your examination. Thank you.